What's missing from voiceover instruction and voiceover training? That's the topic of this morning's video. What's going on? I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent, voiceover coach, voiceover demo producer, author of a couple of voiceover books. My latest is Get Paid Using Your Voice. It's a pretty easy read. You can read this in an afternoon. And if you've been thinking, I wish somebody would just give me the steps. Just tell me 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I need to do and in what order? That's what this is. This is your map right here. There's a link in the description below if you want to get the digital download, if you want the paperback, if you want the audiobook, if you want them all, it's below. So be sure to check that out. Now, this morning, there's a lot of people who coach and say they have answers for you, and you definitely, one of the things about when it comes to voiceover instruction and coaching, you need to find somebody who's doing what you want to accomplish. And so this morning I was thinking, I really don't talk about this very often, and I hope you understand, I don't mean this to brag. This is just this is part of my resume. It's not my entire resume, but it's part of it. I was recently just writing a list of my credits down, just off what I could remember. It's off the top of my head. It's not comprehensive by any means, but will give you an idea that these are some of my clients, people I've done work for over my 18 years in voiceover. Lowe's, AARP, Dunkin' Donuts, United Airlines, CBS, PepsiCo, Dow Chemical, Mohawk Flooring, Nokian Tires, Comcast, the NBA, Home Goods, FCA, Terminex, Hub International, Hershey, Uber, Lamborghini, Disney, Walmart, the PGA Tour, Chevrolet, American Express, Amazon, Google, SAP, Salesforce, Pringles, UPS, T-Mobile, Fox Sports, P&G, PayPal, NPR, NBC Universal, Microsoft, MasterCard, Intel, Hershey, ExxonMobil, Eli Lilly, Dow, Dollar General, Dell, Crayola, Highlights for Children, Coca-Cola, Bayer, Avon, Amtrak, Avocados from Mexico, Kellogg's, Dallas Cowboys, the PGA Tour. I already said that, so I repeated that twice. Sorry about that. So that's off the top of my head. Again, I just want to let you know that I'm speaking to you from a position of experience and hoping to share with you information that will help you to be profitable, to make money, or to make more money in voiceover. That's the purpose of this channel. That's the purpose of what I do. So what about what's missing when it comes to voiceover training, when it comes to voiceover instruction? Unfortunately, it's kind of the same old story from when I got started about 18 years ago. So like for the past couple of decades, the advice has been and continues to be, well, get training, get demo, and get an agent. And there's your business plan. Now, it started, I've seen, within what I'll call institutionalized voiceover, the traditionalists, the people that don't want people new like you to be around. They're slowly beginning to adopt some of the things that we were talking about years and years and years ago. And the newer things we're talking about now, everybody, as usual, is throwing up their hands and say, don't do that, don't do that. But the problem is if you miss the business part of the equation, you're missing, it's like if you have a math equation and you leave out one number, the equation doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And I'm sorry, but if you're only looking at the performance end of voiceover, you don't have the full equation and you're not going to be successful in voiceover. It's next to impossible. It's like winning the lottery to be successful if all you're focused on is performance. There are countless talented voice talent that rarely, if ever work because they don't have the business savvy. So when it comes to business savvy, let's talk about that specifically. Think of it in terms of a mindset. And that is going from a transactional way of marketing to a relational way of marketing. Transactional is where you're out getting jobs. Relational is where you're working to get repeat clients. You're looking at a lifetime value of a client. So I'm just trying to make this as simple as possible. If you want to focus on one thing, focus on that. And that's why, things like, people they focus on gear. I mean, I hear people talk about branding all the time. They talk about these jobs and these cattle call auditions. And not that in and of themselves there's anything wrong with them, but when that becomes a focus, you're missing the big picture. It's not a way to build your business for the long run. You've got to be thinking about, how can I create repeatable voiceover jobs? How can I create not just transactions, but a relational experience where I'm used over and over again? And whenever you have the opportunity to get recurring revenue, that is something that you want to be focused on like a laser beam. Recurring revenue, it's where it's at. I've got a number of clients that are recurring revenue. every month. I know I'm getting a paycheck from these guys. They're the ones who create that base that I start from every month. They're the ones that allow me to sleep at night soundly. They're the ones that allow me not to worry about my finances because I don't have any issues because I know in addition to all the other work that's going to come in, the transactional things, and there's always going to be the one-offs. I mean, you can't help that. But because I've focused on creating a relational experience with my clients, it has created a sustainable business. And that's all. It's great. It's great to get a job. Like I gave you a list of clients. I could say, yeah, sure. I just did a Pringles commercial. I just did another one I didn't even mention on there was like, if you listen to Sirius XM, you've probably heard my Bosch commercials, hair for men. Something I know a little bit about having hair. Those are one-offs and they're great and they're fine, but that's not a career. I can't live on that stuff. I need clients I know that are coming in every month. And it's not sexy to talk about, I know, but it's the truth. And that's how you not only survive, but it's how you thrive in voiceover. So I want you to begin thinking about what can I do? What is this thing I'm hearing from this person? So many coaches, so many people are talking about stuff. As you hear this, filter it through the lens of, is this going to create recurring revenue for me? And if it's not, really think hard whether you want to invest your time and your energy and your resources into that or not. Because I want you to be successful. And successful doesn't mean getting a job tomorrow. It means being around next month, next year, 10 years from now, heck, 20 years from now. That's what it's all about. That's what I built for myself. That's what I want to help you build for yourself. So start thinking in terms of relational marketing and repeatable income. And speaking of which, one of the best ways you're ever going to do that is through radio imaging and TV affiliate work. I've said it before, I will say it again. That is, if you want a annual contract with guaranteed monthly income, that's one of the best ways to do it. And tonight you're going to learn how to do that beginning at 8 Eastern Time, 7 Central. Aaron Bradley, one of the most recognizable voices in radio imaging and TV affiliate work, who's taught classes for me before in the past to great success. We have students who are working successfully in the industry now. He will be teaching his Imaging 101 class tonight. He's going to talk about doing promos, talk about doing radio imaging, talk about how to do TV affiliate work and how to get that work. That's all happening tonight. So if you're not registered for it, this is your last. It's tonight. If you want to be part of the live experience, interactive, ask questions, all of that, get signed up today. The link is below in the description. All right. Thanks for checking in on the live stream chat. I love it when you guys take a moment just to say howdy and let me know what's going on. I like to shout out. And if you want to tell me where you're at and where you're listening from or watching from this morning, that's always appreciated as well. From the great town of Loveland, Ohio, we've got Rob Ryder, who was first in this morning. Congrats, Rob. How you doing? Nephi, in one of my favorite cities of the world, Knoxville, Tennessee. It's where my mother grew up. It's where my mom and dad got engaged. I've got many great memories of visiting my grandparents down there. Nephi's in for tonight's training. Looking forward to that. Rusty, how are you doing in Michigan? GS, happy Wednesday to you in Longview. Mark in California, Central Valley. Jason checking in from Newport, Oregon. We've got Alicia from DC. Ethan in Toronto, Ontario. Corey, how are you doing? Rick in Des Moines. Mark in sunny Montreal. Justin, what's up in Chicago? Corey, the final few days of school for this school teacher, he says. Then VO all summer long. How sweet it is. Terry, good morning to you in sunny, pleasant Falston, Maryland. Mike in York, PA, hope you're doing well. Emily, hello in San Antonio. Aaron in Columbia, Missouri. We've got MG in North Carolina. Phil in Tokyo signed up for the training. Awesome. Meryl, how are you doing? Good morning from sunny northern New Jersey. Looking forward to tonight's class. Excellent. Melissa in San Diego. Monica in Poland. Mary in New Jersey. Michael, how are you doing in Bentonville, Arkansas, home of Walmart, but live at the Jersey Shore? Okay. We've got, let's see here, GC in Ohio, Phil and Phil's in Tokyo. He said he's looking forward to the class tomorrow, which for him is tomorrow. Tonight for us, tomorrow for Phil. Yeah, gotcha on that, Phil. Hey, John, what's up in Rhinebeck, New York? Wayne in Port Orchard, Washington. John in mighty Memphis. Marla in Texas. Denise in Long Island. Megan, good morning, Bill and friends from Manitoba. Sandra in sunny London, Ontario. Sandra in Dallas, Fort Worth. Joy in Southfield, Michigan. Theo says, good morning to all from the kitchen table in lovely Palos Hills, Illinois. Did you say Pringles? Yes, yeah, I did my first Pringles commercial not long ago. It was for the Saudi Arabian market, which, again, it speaks to the international capabilities when it comes to voiceover. I mean, there's demand for all languages everywhere. It makes it an incredible market. I mean, it's literally a global market. Calvin in sunny Charleston, excited about the Imaging 101 class tonight. See you there. John, happy Wednesday from Denver. The Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? Let's see here. Trippy, Northwest Ohio. Just included my first gig on Casting Call Club. Congrats to you, JR in sunny Austin, Texas. Happy Taco Tuesday. You know what? It only seems like Taco Tuesday to you, JR. Today's Wednesday because Monday was a holiday. But I understand because yesterday felt like yesterday all day was Monday. But yep, it's actually Wednesday, believe it or not. We've got Bob in Wadsworth, Ohio, Jason in Kearney, Nebraska. Mike, formerly of, he moved on me here. Let me back up. Where are you at, Mike? Formerly of Matawan, now in Oak Island, just signed up for tonight's event. Fantastic, Mike. Velvet voice artist. Maggie, this is why I love listening to you, Bill. Everything you say is just as applicable to any entrepreneurial business, and you give out this advice for free. Maggie, thank you. Yeah, it is, and you may have heard me say this before for those of you who haven't. I actually worked for a consulting firm here in the Chicago area, and, my job was to sit down with business owners, not voiceover people. I mean, business owners of all sorts, smaller to medium-sized businesses. I think businesses that did up to like 10 million. No, I'm sorry, like up to 100 million a year in annual revenue, and talk about all aspects of their business. And what I learned is that business is business is business. I don't care whether you make widgets or you are a voiceover talent. The principles of business always apply. David in Gardner, Kansas, visiting Canal Winchester this week. Yes, back near my old stomping ground. I used to have a girlfriend in Canal Winchester. Recurring revenue from, I should take that back. A girl I took out once or twice. Girlfriend might be a bit of a stretch. Recurring revenue from loyal repeat customers kept our family in business over 60 years. Such a spot on huddle, Bill. Thank you, David. Joy says, if you can provide excellent service to anyone, no matter what, they will come back, and that's what the recurring income comes from. Boy, it's sure, Joy, I tell you, you speak of something very important, taking care of customers. If you take care of your customers, if you make them a hero to their customers and to their bosses, they will love you for that and come back to you again and again. Samira, how are you doing? Let's see here. Michael in Queens, New York. What's up? All right. He'll be on the training tonight. Linden, Detroit, Michigan. By the way, to all my Canadian friends, Detroit is the closest I've been to Canada. I'm sorry to say. I need to get up to Canada. I just don't know anybody there, or I haven't, I guess, up until I got into voiceover. And maybe I need to do a training up there sometime. But I once had a business meeting in downtown Detroit. It was with Ford, maybe. Anyhow, I sat in one of those high rises overlooking the lake and could see Canada, but I've yet to step foot in there. Brittany in Montgomery, Alabama. Hello there, Brittany. John, waiting to hear my name, like in Romper Room. That's right. I see John. John, thanks for being here. Wally, wise information. This is why I stay learning from the blueprint. Wally, and I'm so glad you're in the blueprint. And by the way, if you're not in my voiceover blueprint, that's my actual training program. Link below in the description. Check it out. Let's see here. We've got JR in Puerto Rico in the house. Fantastic. Patty, good morning to you in Palm Desert, California. Well, I'm happy you found me on YouTube too, Patty. Thank you for watching and listening. Richmond, Virginia, looking to hit the ground running. Awesome. Samira in India, welcome. Spartanburg, South Carolina. Love me some South Carolina. I've spent the night in Spartanburg a few times on my way to Hilton Head. Man, I love South Carolina. Any advice who speaks 3 languages? Oh, well, yeah. The great thing is this. There's some great, I just actually did working on a job this morning for a client roster based in the Netherlands they have thousands on their roster, but they do things in all languages. and they're called Voice Archive, voicearchive.com. Check them out. Emma in Huntington Beach, how you doing? Wesley in Zion, Arkansas. JR. It is Wednesday. I know, right? Vicky, my wife did the same thing yesterday. She made some reference to yesterday being Monday. It's like, no, I don't think so. Oh, let's see here. And by the way, for those of you who are asking questions, I'm not trying to avoid you. It's just we set aside Friday as Q&A. So I set aside more time to do that so I can make sure that I give shout outs to everybody. Howdy from Dallas, Texas. We didn't blow away. I'm so glad to hear that, John. Let's see here. Sandra in Canada. Countdown to our birthday. That's right. Tomorrow's the big day. Hey, I finally made it to Medicare age. Actually, I was able to use Medicare as of May 1st. So that was the big, before you're 18, you get excited about turning 18. After that, it's not nearly as exciting. Maybe 21. And then after that, it's like, no. And then once you start getting like, in your 50s and 60, and if you're self-employed and if you are, that insurance can be pretty crazy expensive. The biggest thing and most exciting thing you have to look forward to is Medicare if you live here in the U.S. So that's that's the thing I'm most excited about turning 65. JR says, I booked my first high-end paid job, 4,000 total. Fantastic, JR. Holy cow, let me ring the bell. Just got paid and looking into upgrade my setup. I have analysis paralysis between the TLM 103 and the MHK 416. That's a shotgun microphone. I own both. I've used both. JR, I prefer, it doesn't matter. It's just whatever you like, whatever you prefer. I'm so used to this. I just could never get used to the 416. It's just a different vibe. And after so many years using this, my ears could never adjust to it. So I stick with the TLM 103. But again, that's not to say that it's better. It's just my preference. Jeremy in Roswell, Georgia. Let's see here. Okay, guys. Hey, thanks for being here. You are appreciated. I hope you're going to be on the training tonight with Aaron Bradley. Aaron, he's a great guy. He's a great teacher. But more importantly, he does this at a very high level. As I said earlier, I think the number one criteria, if you want to do something well, be successful at it, find somebody who's doing it at a very high level. Follow them. A lot of people say they can teach you. A lot of people coach, and I'm not putting coaches down. There's some fine coaches. That's not but what I'm saying is there's a flood of people, and you need to vet very carefully and make sure that the people that you follow, that you're listening to, are doing what you want to accomplish. If not, then don't listen. Move on, find somebody who does. And if you're interested in imaging and TV affiliate work, Aaron Bradley is the voice you need to be listening to. Happening tonight. Don't miss it. Again, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. Links below in the description. Make sure you get your seat. Talk to you all soon. Have a great day.